7-year-old son loves to watch YouTube, and I'm always telling him, dude, watch a different YouTuber. Turn that down. I can't stand it. Those YouTubers are screaming. Why do they have to scream so much? Why are they so hyper? It drives me crazy. He tells me, dude, people like hyper YouTubers. They like to hear people scream, so I'm gonna scream in this video! And my son is with me too, so here we go. Why I hate dogs hyper version! Now, you know, when I say I hate dogs, people ask me, why? Were you bitten when you were a kid? Like, why do I have to be bitten to hate dogs? If someone says they hate rapists, do you say, oh, were you raped? Oh, I hate pedophiles. Oh, were you sexually abused? No, I wasn't, but I have empathy. What's wrong with you? Why do you not have empathy? So, listen. There's this article from the LA Weekly that was published recently. Should we legalize something that causes 300,000 ER visits every year? Kills a child every month.
No!
Well, listen to me. I think people are crazy because the author of this article writes, and I quote, "Of course, let me emphasize that I really do love dogs, so I would never ban them. This is lunacy! Why do you love them if they are causing so much harm?" And by the way, I just want to say that I'm drinking a caffeinated beverage right now. I don't normally drink caffeine because I am very sensitive to it. And the thing is, people are just delusional about dogs. They believe that only dogs that were raised in, abusive homes or that were mistreated or something, or trained to be vicious will attack. But this is not the case, because if you get informed and you read the reports like I have and many other people have, you will see that most dogs that attack were never abused, never mistreated. These people who make these claims have no proof to back up their claims. They have no evidence whatsoever. Most dogs that attack were raised in loving homes. They were well trained by owners who thought they knew what they were doing. So why do people get away with saying this? This is crazy. I made a video about predatory drift. Dogs also attack children unprovoked because they see them as competition for food and they want to eliminate their competition. Dogs are predators! So they're not any different from other predators. They are triggered by the sounds and the sights of, erratic movements and high-pitched noises will trigger them into attacking. Most dog attacks are unprovoked. Watch my videos. Not all dogs will attack, but you never know which ones will. Like I said, it doesn't matter how they are raised. They are often the best family dogs for 6 years, 8 years, 10 years, and then one day they surprise everyone with an unprovoked attack and rip someone's face off or rip their throats out. It doesn't matter how you raise them. It's a game of Russian roulette. It doesn't matter how you train your dog. You're playing Russian roulette with the lives of everyone in your community by owning a dog. And look at these ads I found recently. I talk about how the dog cult is constantly trying to shove its propaganda down our throats. I'm not kidding. Look at these ads. This one was an ad on YouTube. It has nothing to do with dogs, yet people are inserting dogs into ads for no reason. And look at this ad. I was just reading some random article, forget what it was, but I found this ad, I saw it on the side of the thing, like, what does this have to do with the article I was reading? Absolutely nothing. And what do dogs have to do with insurance? Like nothing. Man, this hurts my throat to scream, but I thought I would do this as an experiment. People say dogs won't let you down or judge you or start wars. What the hell is wrong with you? You know what else won't judge me or let me down or start a war? My house plants. Like this one, my konjac lily, which is going to produce a flower in a couple of years that's going to smell like a corpse. Isn't that amazing? I am totally amazed by how plants have evolved to create odors, to emit odors that smell like rotting corpses to attract flies, to help them pollinate. That's amazing!
Hey, Mom, moths can't start wars, but
neither can dogs! Oh, this is like a cult. They're just trying to recruit members. Dog lovers, or as I like to call them, dog worshippers, because they don't love dogs. They leave dogs trapped in cages while they go to work all day, and they call that love. They put them in their car without, restraining them so that, they become a projectile if the car crashes. This isn't love! It isn't love to put your dog in the back of a pickup truck unrestrained. You're crazy. You don't love dogs. It is not loving to keep an animal in a human environment in which it doesn't belong and deprive it of its natural behaviors. Dogs want to roam. They want to join up with other dogs. They want to scavenge and hunt and bark and hump and eat trash and do all these things that you stop them from doing. You bring them to schools, then train them to not act like dogs. They are dogs. Expecting them to act like humans is just not loving. All right. So, Why do people love dogs? Why do they not see the truth about dogs being predators? Not to mention the fact that all dogs are lacking in empathy. Only 3% of humans lack a conscience, whereas 100% of dogs lack a conscience! Dogs don't love you because they can't love you! Any psychologist will tell you that you need to be able to experience guilt before you can love, and dogs don't feel guilt! And this graph is so stupid because it lumps love in with affection as if they are the same. They're not the same. Your dog that shows you affection won't hesitate to rip your throat out if its predatory drift takes over, and it will not feel anything afterwards. It won't feel any remorse. It won't feel guilt. It won't feel shame. It won't feel anything because it's a predator. So it can be affectionate, but being affectionate does not mean it loves you. Please watch this video about the oxytocin myth. Dog worshippers suffer from an as yet unidentified mental disorder! They're delusional. They believe when they look at a dog that the dog is smiling constantly. It's the same reason they believe dolphins are innocent, loving creatures, because it appears as if they're smiling because their mouths are constantly in that position that kind of looks like a smile, but they don't smile. Dogs only hang their tongues out and lift up the corners of their mouths because they're regulating their body temperature. Get it through your heads! Dog breeds are not races, people! Quit calling people racist for wanting certain breeds banned. Human races were not selectively bred for certain characteristics, unlike dog breeds that were. There are certain breeds of dogs that were selectively bred to be efficient killers, to attack unprovoked, without giving any warning signs. What's wrong with you? Get informed. We don't need animals like this in our communities. What do we do with a predator in our community, like a bear or a cougar or a wolf or something that loses its fear of humans? We get rid of it. We relocate it into the wild or we kill it. And so we should be doing the same with every single type of predator, including dogs. If we want to keep our communities safe. And these dog worshippers are reversing the trend of making our communities safer. We got rid of toys that cause deaths. We got rid of lead paint. We got rid of asbestos and all these other things that were proven to be dangerous and unhealthy. So why do we keep dogs around when dogs spread all sorts of diseases? I've made so many videos about the diseases that dogs transmit to humans. Dogs are the main cause of 60,000 human rabies deaths per year. They spread many different diseases to humans, such as capnocytophaga, pastorella, pseudomonas bacteria, Lyme disease. It goes on and on and on and on. Watch my videos. I was saying that dog worshippers have psychopathic characteristics. They do. They blame the victim. They perform pit and runs. That's when they're pit bulls or any dog. This applies to all dog owners, but they call them pit and runs because they're the most common. Because pit bull type dogs are doing the most damage by far, as I've clearly shown in my videos. Anyhow, pit and run is when their dogs attack another animal or someone else's pet, or they attack another person and then they just run away. This is typical of them. Yes! They have no empathy for humans. If you go up to your neighbor and you say, you know what, your dog is barking and it's driving me crazy, it's preventing me from sleeping at night, they will become hostile with you. They're not going to say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to do something about it. They're going to say, well, you need to buy some earplugs. It's your problem. You need to get out of your house during the day, go get a job. Do you want to yell, sweetie, and help me make this video more appealing to these young people who seem to have, no attention span and just need, people yelling, and they need hyper people to stay interested in the video? Yeah! Woo! Are you still interested? People, all right, let's continue. Dog worshippers make deceptive claims. You will read misleading headlines. They will state flat-out lies about dogs. For example, watch my video about how dogs don't make us healthier. Look at the scientific evidence. These people are deceiving you. Bestiality is a lot more common than people realize. Virtually all dogs are infested with worms. Watch some videos of worms coming out of dogs' butts. And you'll see how disgusting they are. Virtually all of them have worms. They say that dogs and babies are just as disgusting. They're not, because all dogs are born with worms. No babies are born with worms. All right? Dogs do not cry. These people who claim dogs cry are lying to you.
We miss her too.
They're being deceptive. Dogs threaten wildlife. They've contributed to 12 animal species extinctions. What do you think about that?
I don't even know, man.
Dogs threaten 200 more animal species. They are an invasive, non-native species with no natural habitat. They are an ecological disaster. And cat lovers, before you get smug, I'll have you know that your cats are even more destructive to the environment, and they are even more of a threat to biodiversity. They have caused the extinction of 63 animal species and threaten over 300 more. So take that. New mothers hating dogs is very, very common. When women become pregnant or have babies, their instinct takes over, this natural instinct to keep their babies away from unpredictable, fanged, bloodthirsty predators, which dogs are! They're predators! My throat hurts. I can't do this anymore. How do you...
Your dogs are not babies!
They're not babies. Oh my gosh. Get over it. See them for what they are.
That is right.
You guys are brainwashed by the dog lobby to believe dogs are like babies when they're not at all. They're not even comparable. Watch my video about how new mothers hate their dogs. It's an instinct that's very common. It's because it's just natural to want to protect our young from these animals. It is so crazy how you can say you hate any animal on earth except dogs. You're not allowed to say that. That's just nuts. Barking is ruining our health. It is destroying our health. I made a video about this. Watch it. Dog barking is noise pollution. Dogs breed violence between neighbors. Dogs produce enough feces in the United States to fill a line of tractor trailers that stretches from Seattle to Boston. That is how much dog crap is deposited onto American soil every year. That's ridiculous. Untreated dog waste is polluting our water. How is it loyal when someone that you say is your best friend eats your sandwich as soon as you turn your back or runs away from you at the first opportunity? Dogs are always running away from their owners because they want to be free, just like any other animal, and you're keeping them captive. All animals suffer in captivity. It is cruel to own a dog. You do not need a dog. Nobody needs a dog. I am working on a video about the science of emotional support animals. It is ridiculous. Humans provide the best emotional support, and any job a dog can do, electronic devices can do better. There are electronic devices that can guide the blind. They can alert to seizures and low blood sugar, and any job that a dog can do that humans can't do yet, well, then we need to have scientists working around the clock to develop the technology to do those jobs, because dogs are biting innocent people. I'm talking about police dogs now, highly trained. Police dogs are biting innocent people at an alarming and unacceptable rate.
So what did Collins do to provoke Gabe the German Shepherd? Nothing, according to police.
Oh, what did I do to him?
Nothing.
Man,
It's not your fault.
Wrong place at the wrong time.
Watch my videos called Dogs Are Not Heroes and Man's Worst Fiend. Get informed. These attacks are unacceptable. Dogs are too dangerous. Someone's medical equipment should not affect the health and well-being of other people. At least 1 in 20 people have a crippling fear of dogs, and many, many more are uncomfortable around dogs. And 15% of all people suffer from allergies to dogs. Why in the name of whatever, I don't want to swear in this video, are these dogs being allowed in airplanes, into stores, into libraries, into hospitals when this is the case? This is lunacy! Say it with me. We're both going to say this is crazy really loud, okay?
This is crazy!
Dogs are the main cause of cow and kangaroo attacks, and yet people will say, oh, the crazy cow attacked a human. Oh, the deranged kangaroo, psycho kangaroo attacked human. When in fact, those animals are being provoked by dogs. They are acting in self-defense, but people have compassion for dogs. Why do they not have compassion for kangaroos and cows and all the other wildlife that dogs harass all the time? Dogs eat babies' genitals. What do you think about that, my son?
That is disgusting!
All dogs need to be banned, not just pit bulls, because even dachshunds and Pomeranians have killed babies. They are all dangerous. They are all predators. That's about the gist of it.
But this is going insane.
Yeah, was that good?
Yeah, I love this.
Okay, let's end it with a lot of screaming.
Alright.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was hyper enough for you, and I hope you liked the screaming, and so I wish you all a great day. Please check out my videos, share my videos, let's make the future dog free, because future generations are going to look back on today, they're going to think we were crazy to tolerate the presence of these fanged, bloodthirsty shit-eaters in our society, and to compare them to children. It used to be normal to smoke in doctors' offices. Doctors used to smoke. Nursing mothers used to smoke when they, were breastfeeding their kids. Isn't that crazy? And it was, culturally acceptable. That was normal. People thought it was healthy even. It would relax them. It was great. Now we know better. Well, we are starting to know better about dogs right now. And there's a lot of backlash and a lot of people losing their minds because they can't handle anyone questioning their view of reality. But this is the truth. We have science on our side. And another thing I want to say, you're going to find a lot of information about me on YouTube. A lot of people spreading rumors about me because of cognitive dissonance. People attack those who, think differently from them because they are a threat to them. I threaten a lot of people with my information. So they have embarked upon a smear campaign to try and destroy my reputation. And they are claiming things like I went over to my neighbor's house with a machete to threaten them. The truth is I did carry a machete to my neighbor's house. I did not go onto their property. I stood at the end of their driveway and I spoke to them about their pit bulls. And the reason I was carrying a machete is because I was worried. I was scared for the safety of my children because I am aware of pit bulls. I know that they are unpredictable predators that attack unprovoked every single day. And so I carried the machete with me for protection. So this blew up on the internet and people are saying that, I went over there to threaten them and shit. And I also talked about an incident where I went to the medical building after hours, after it was closed, with my husband to collect artwork of mine from his office for an art show. And so there was a colleague of his that walked out of the building. This was a colleague. It wasn't a patient. And this colleague had a dog. It was not a service dog. It was a pet dog. And it was off leash and it ran up to me. And I did not want it rubbing its snot and hairs and eye crud and earwax into my pants. So I pushed it away with my foot. And I told my viewers about this incident, and this has resulted in people stating that I kicked a service dog in a doctor's office. All right, so that's not what happened. This is what people do. They twist facts. They fabricate stories. They tell lies to try and discredit me. If you have any questions about any of the rumors you hear about me, ask me to clarify. I have nothing to hide. I am a very loving person who loves my children. I want my children to be safe. I want all children to be safe. I love humanity. I don't think it is acceptable to have dogs in our society for the same reason we don't tolerate any other dangerous, unpredictable, bloodthirsty predators. I see dogs for what they are, and I am helping other people to realize the truth about dogs. And I'm not a villain. I care about humans and wildlife and the environment. And I guess that's all I have to say for now. I've rambled on long enough. Have a great day, guys. And the future is dog free.